Hello and welcome. Today I am going over biblical prophecy, specifically the prophecy of Daniel, chapter 2. In this chapter Nebuchadnezzar, the Babylonian king, calls on his Chaldean astronomers and magicians to interpret a dream he had, but first to tell him what his dream was. None of the Chaldeans could do this, but Daniel, a Hebrew prophet, came to Nebuchadnezzar to interpret his dream and reveal it to him. Daniel tells Nebuchadnezzar about the statue he dreamed about, which had multiple layers of metal. The statue had a gold head, silver chest and arms, bronze belly and thighs, legs of iron and feet of iron and clay. A rock would then destroy the statue and grow into a mountain. Now the metals of the statue represent empires, but what empires? Well, Daniel tells Nebuchadnezzar his empire is represented by the head of gold, so the Babylonian Empire is the first empire. Starting with the Babylonian Empire we can theorize patterns to determine the following empires. The chest of silver and arms is thought to be the Medo-Persian Empire, which makes sense with virtually every theorized pattern. The next is thought to be the Macedonian Empire, which also makes sense with virtually every theorized pattern. However, because the Macedonian Empire split into multiple smaller empires and was not conquered or directly succeeded by another prominent empire, the next empire is somewhat disputed. However, most Christians believe it to be the Roman Empire, which conquered the kingdoms that stemmed from the Macedonian Empire. But a minority of Christians believe the next empire is instead the Islamic Caliphate and Ottoman Empire, since the Roman Empire did not conquer the heartlands of all the previous represented empires, which some Christians believe must have been done by the empire represented by the legs of iron due to the verse Daniel 2:40. But now when it comes to the feet of iron and clay, which empire is represented becomes widely disputed. One such empire thought to be represented is the divided Roman Empire, which directly succeeded specifically the United Roman Empire, so the Roman Empire in general would represent both the legs and feet of the statue. The next theory is that the feet of iron and clay represent the empires that arose from the collapse of the Western Roman Empire, which still technically exist today. The final theory is simply that it represents the future empire the Antichrist will control, presumably either a reformed Roman Empire or Islamic Caliphate or Ottoman Empire. Now the rock is simply the eternal kingdom of God, which is thought to directly succeed and destroy the final kingdom represented by the feet. Now it is time for the atheist interpretation. Atheists believe the book of Daniel was written in the 2nd century BC, so they must split the Medo-Persian Empire into Media and Persia and place the divided Macedonian Empire as the final empire to fit the prophecy with their interpretation of the book. However, because the text states the empires clearly must come after each other, and Media and Persia were part of the same empire and did not come after each other, the atheist interpretation can easily be dismissed. But why does the statue include the kingdoms that it does? The answer depends on the interpretation. If the divided Roman Empire is represented by the feet, there isn't an answer. If the kingdoms from the Western Roman Empire are represented, these nations will exist from now until the end of times when they will be controlled by the Antichrist, so the statue represents world history from the time of Daniel until the end of times. For the revived Roman Empire, the reason why the Islamic Caliphate is skipped is because unlike the other empires, it didn't control the Israelites who lived in Israel, since the Roman Empire had dispersed them. For the Islamic Caliphate and revived Islamic Caliphate, the Roman Empire is skipped because it did not control the general lands or heartland of all the previous empires. But now the question, why do the metals get less valuable despite the kingdoms getting stronger? The answer is that each empire is more divided than the one before it, so excluding the feet each metal is less valuable than the one before it. While this interpretation is debatable when it comes to the Roman Empire being the legs of iron, it works with the Islamic Caliphate and Ottoman Empire. Each metal excluding the feet is also stronger than the one before it, just like each empire is stronger than the one before it. That's it for the video. Thanks for watching and don't sue me.